Okay, today what I want to talk about is what is a logarithm. Okay, so a logarithm is just another fancy way of writing. Um, a logarithm is just another fancy way of writing an exponent. So if I had like b to the x equals a, if I had that, the base of this exponent is b, right? So how do you write it as a log? You're going to say log base b of a equals x. That's how you write it. Okay. Now, there is what's called a common log, and a common log looks like it's a log base 10. You don't really write that, so you write it as log of x. That's a base 10. So it's like powers of 10. And then that's called common log. Then there's ln of x. What is that? That's a log with a base of e. This is called a natural log. Okay? So just kind of throwing those out there when you see them. So you got to be able to convert from one form to another. So if I had like log base 7 of 49 equals 2, you just work that backwards. Think of it as 7 to the second power is 49. Okay? Now, this one right here, where you have log 1000 equals 3, well, that's because its base is a common. So you're going to say 10 to the third power is 1000. Okay? And then number 5, if they say something like this, if they give you for number 5, if they say it's log base 8 of 2 is equal to 1/3, what does that mean? That means 8 to the 1/3 is equal to 2. And that should make sense because isn't the cube root of 8 2? I think so. Looking at number 7, if you look at 7, 7 goes, okay, go the other way. So if they say 5 squared equals 25, if you have to write that, you're going to say log base 5 of 25 equals 2. And if they say 3 to the negative 4 equals 1 over 81, you're going to go log base 3 of 1 over 81 is equal to the negative 4. So it's just working it in reverse. Okay? And then the last one I'll show you is 10 to the negative 1 is equal to 1/10. Well, if you say log base 10, you don't have to. You can just say log, right? Log of 1/10 is equal to negative 1. Pretty simple stuff. So you can evaluate logs, and there's ways to do it in the calculator. You can evaluate logs, and it helps if you know the exponents. So if they gave you something just goofy like, I don't know, log base 6, base 6 of 36, you can think of it as 6 to what power gets you 36? Well, that's easy. Power 2, right? Hopefully that makes sense. And if you still don't get it, what if you say the log base 10 of 100? What does that mean? That means 10 to what power gets you 100? Well, that's also 2. Oops, excuse me. 10 to what power gets you 1 over 100? That's going to be a negative 2, right? One more example with that. If I say log base 3 of 1/27, that means 3 to what power will get you 1 over 27? I believe that will get you to the negative. I think x has to be negative 3 because 3 cubed is 27. Okay? Now, you can punch this into your calculator, and there's a thing called the change of base formula, and that allows you to do finding logs of anything on any calculator because you don't have uncommon bases. So the change base formula looks like this. So log base b of a can be changed, and you can calculate it by doing the common log of a divided by the common log of b. That's how you punch it in on a calculator. So if I wanted to find log base 5 of 34 and I don't have a change of base button on my calculator, I can actually just do log 34 over log 5 and it'll get me the exact same answer, which is about 2.19. All right, so that works. And it's the same thing with the natural log that we talked about earlier. When you talk about the natural log, when you talk about the natural log, um, again, that's a log base e of x. We don't write that. We write it as the natural log of x. So the natural log of x is equal to 4 can be written as e to the fourth power is equal to x. Remember, this is a base e. All right? So you can go the other way. If I say e to the x equals 50, well, I can write that as natural log of 50 equals x. So for like the rest of you have a natural log button on your calculator, so you can punch that in and do that. That's no big deal. Okay. Now, why are we learning about this? That's because you have properties that you're going to need to know.